Hey, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good, taking care of yourself. Um, I just wanted to re-emphasize that it's easy to disprove evolution, namely the out of Africa scenario that the rest of the world came from Africans. According to DNA, no, the rest of the world did not come from Africa, according to genetic distance charts. So this is very important because we have both the paternal and maternal family trees that each of us belong to. Hello, Jim Barack. Each of us belong to a maternal line and a paternal line if you're male. So these trees, if you follow them all the way back, they don't, if you're not African, they don't connect to the African tree. Obviously, if you're African, they do connect up to the African family tree. So we got a little bit of confusion here because this is the way they show it. Let me see if I can do this. This might not even work, but I'll try to do a screen share. No audio, but that's okay. Okay. So, and I'll try to bring up these pictures. This is what they're trying to show. What they're trying to show is that, for example, in this chart here, they're trying to show that all the rest of the world came from Africans. See, each one is connected. For example, the C turns into the D, or the C turns into the CF, and the F turns into the GHIJ, and then the KLMNOPs. But this is not correct information. Not correct information. This chart is very good in the fact that it shows right here. It shows the Jewish people in America. You have the let's see, the H in America. America is the brown. I can't see it because this thing's in the way. Hide. Okay, you have the brown here. These brown spots here mean that there's a G in America. There's an I-1 in America. There's an I-2 in America. There's what is this? Can't even see that. Oh, this would be, yeah, this would be the J1 in America, the J2 in America, and the T, which the T is associated with the Jewish people. These are all found in the brown section, which is America. And of course, you have the Qs in America and the R1Bs in America from the European side went to America. But this connecting all the trees up like this, one coming from the other, is incorrect information. And we can prove that with the genetic distance family trees. Here's another example of what they try to prove. Okay, what I want to show first is that in this Y-DNA chart, the paternal line, they show the Semitic populations coming from the Africans first. The the Semitic Y chromosome, and then the Japhetic lines coming from the Semitic lines. Now, in this other one, they try to show the M's, which are the Japhetic female, coming from the Africans first, and then the N's coming from the Africans here, but the N's are the Semitics. But see, this is a little bit deceptive because the other charts show the M's coming from the L's and the N's coming from the M's. So this is a little bit deceptive. Now they're trying to rectify their claims here, because I could show other charts that show the maternal line. This would be the paternal line again showing that everything came from the E's, which is not a case. Okay, let me show you what the correct information is now. The correct information is this here, the Simmons Genome Diversity Project, Y chromosome phylogeny. Okay, this is the correct information now here. Now you will see this is the African family tree, the A, B, C, D, and E. The major African populations are E3 all the way. They're all E3. Now they don't even have E3 in this family tree here. So if they did, it would show that all these C, D, A, B, and all these other ones come from the E3 population. But the E3 population is not even included in this genetic distance chart. But this is a genetic distance family tree showing that they all belong to one tree. This is all the African Y chromosome in their own tree. Now this would be the Semitic family tree here, is all in their own tree. They're all in their own tree. They did not branch off from the African family tree. See, this disproves the out of Africa evolutionary explanation or belief, fantasy. And here we have the Japhetic Y chromosome in their tree, entirely their own tree. Okay, no Semite connects to the Japhetic family tree. No Japhethite connects to the Semitic family tree, and no African connects to either of the Semitic family tree or the Japhetic family tree. They do not connect. They only connect at Noah. At the very beginning, they all connect together from Noah. That's where they connect. They don't proceed from each one, from each other. Same thing is true with the maternal line. This is the maternal line. The L's, all these L's are the mtDNA of Africans. They have their own tree. You can see it's entirely their own tree. And none of these others here, these mtDNAs from the rest of the world, branch off from the L family tree. The L family tree is exclusively in Africa and nowhere else. And none of these trees here, this tree would be the Japhetic wife, and this here would be the Semitic wife, probably. So you notice each one has their own family tree. This tree here does not connect to this tree here. This tree here does not connect to this tree here. The African tree doesn't connect to any of these other trees, only back at mitochondrial eve do they connect? They will connect way back at mitochondrial eve, which is the progenitor of the three wives of the three sons of Noah. So none of these trees connect up together. They're each their own family tree. The maternal line, Semitic wife, the maternal line, Japhetic wife, and the maternal Hamite wife all have their own maternal mtDNA family trees by themselves. They do not connect to each other. Only in mitochondrial eve do they connect to each other. Okay. This would be a pie chart of the Y chromosome, showing that the majority of the Y chromosomes are represented in this area where the ark landed, but they kind of migrated east. But they landed here. They're highly represented in these areas, and they're very much represented in these areas. But if you notice, you go out on the ends, there's different families out on the extremities. In the extremities, there's isolated families. In the middle, they're all represented together, proving they all came from this area where the ark landed, which is Mesopotamia, which is the cradle of civilization, which all of history points to as being where everybody came from anyways to begin with. Okay, over here would be Ethiopia, maybe Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Not very diverse in the Y chromosome. And of course, if you go sub-Saharan Africa and West Africa, it's even worse. I got to plug this in. Somehow I don't have my computer plugged in. But anyways, that's about it. So DNA disproves the out of Africa belief, the out of Africa theory. Okay, we all came from this area right here. This is where we all came from. There's Ur of the Chaldees. That's where Abraham was in the Semitic population here. Land of Shinar is this right here. This is where Nimrod had his kingdom. See, you have Nimrod's Tower of Babel at Eridu. So Nimrod had his kingdom here early on. You know who Nimrod is? Nimrod is Cush's son, the son of Cush. Cush, the father of the Cushites, that the Bible describes as dark-skinned people. That's who Nimrod's father is. He was a great hunter. He had a kingdom in the land of Shinar. When everybody spread out, his descendants never went to Africa. Never, ever went to Africa. His descendants went the other way. You know how I can tell? Because he probably is the CY chromosome, which does connect to the E3 family tree. And the CY chromosome never went back to Africa because Nimrod already had his kingdom established here in the land of Shinar. He was a great hunter, established a kingdom, and all his CY chromosome descendants, which is African in origin, went east instead of west. None of them went to Africa. The DY chromosome did the same thing, except they eventually did go back. Some of them eventually did go back did appear in Africa, which I could show in this other chart here. this chart here, I can actually show it. Let me just, I wonder if can I, yeah, I can do that. Okay. All right. Now I just need to control it. Okay. So yeah, see, here's the DY chromosome. This is the timeline. Of course, if you put it down in realistic terms, they would all be the same basic genetic distance. But notice this DY chromosome here, and this orange color is representative of Africa. See the Africa here, this color here? That's Africa. So the DY chromosome is found in recent history. In recent times, the DY chromosome is found in Africa. The DY chromosome is also found way back into time all over Asia, basically, because then you have the all the shades of blue here, which is basically Asia. So the DY chromosome is found all over Asia, Tibet and Japan specifically, and the Andamanese Islands, which is right there, right here. The Andamanese Islands, that's a DY chromosome. So I can prove here that it's only in recent history that the DY chromosome is found in Africa, because it's a very, very small blip in time that it's found in Africa. But notice how they try to say that the F and the GHIJ came from the C. That is incorrect. Did not come from the C. Well, that's pretty sneaky because the C went throughout Asia. But if you look at the actual genetic distance chart, it's not true. Here's the CY chromosome here. It connects to the E3 family tree, if there was an E3 here. It does not connect up to the GHIJ. See that? The C Y chromosome here that never went to Africa at any time in history does not connect up to the GHIJ family tree. Does not connect. Only back at Noah. They have their own tree. The E3 tree is right here. They have their own tree. The C does not connect, or the GHIJ family tree does not connect up to the C. It does not come from the C family tree. They have their own family tree, and they're identified by themselves, and neither do the Japhethites come from the Semites or the Semitic family tree. Okay, it's very clear. The out of Africa theory is demolished. So now if I can find what I'm looking for here, I go to here, see if this will help. I'll do the stop screen. I don't know if this was even sharing, but anyway. Okay, Walter Mendoza. We got Jim Brock, Walter Mendoza. Only a person devoid of scientific knowledge and thinking could possibly be deceived into thinking that evolution is true. Scientific method was developed by Christians for Christians. Evolution for dummies. Evolution is dumb. There's Christian peasant. Yeah, and DNA disproves outright the out of Africa theory. and it disproves evolution. Every claim of evolution is always disproved by the facts, and DNA disproves that the rest of the world came from the African family tree. Neither the empty DNA nor the Y chromosome shows evidence of anyone else coming from the African family tree. Only Nimrod, who is from the African family tree, connects to the family tree, which is the CY chromosome, early on. And all his descendants went as far as Pacific Islands, Australia, and the Americas. But they're found uh, beginning in the Middle East or the Mesopotamian area. From the land of Shinar, they went east. And I had another chart that I probably can't bring up right now, but it does show the CY chromosome beginning in the Mesopotamian region and doesn't go west. The CY chromosome does not go west. It only goes east from Mesopotamia. And it never went to Africa. But since Cush is the father of Nimrod, the CY chromosome connects directly to the EY family tree, which is the A, B, C, D, and EY family tree. So the Bible is vindicated again with DNA evidence. And you can't argue with DNA evidence, evolution is disproved. Did not happen. We did not come from Africa. It's a lie. And I showed the charts that show that claim that we did come up from Africa, but it is not true. The genetic distance charts disprove the out of Africa fantasy.